Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today's topic is going to be about my mental state right now, depending on what I'm going through. So bear with me. I'm on my lunch break right now, and just bearing with the bad news of what's been going on, passing of my nana, and how that really hurts. Just trying to keep my head up, and just do whatever I can to start through my days as strongly as possible and be as prideful as possible at the same time. But it is, without a doubt, the hardest thing I'm going through right now in my life. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the most troublesome moments I've ever documented ever in my life. Like, this hurts worse than any heartbreak, any dumping, any disappointment, and it's like all that combined, which is just this one scenario of my family member passing away, and I'm just trying to bear with myself and just keep up with consistency and patience and understanding of what had happened, and doing the best I can. But what really hit me yesterday was going over to my nana's house, and usually when you go over a family's house, like your grandma's house or grandpa, and you just see them with a warm welcome. The moment you walk into the door, you see them, and then they're just like, "Hi, how's it going? Hey, it's so good to see you. How's everything been? Oh, I'm doing okay. This is fine." And everything is all warm and colorful. They always have food ready for you and stuff like that. And my nana, she has a dog. She had a dog and stuff like that. And the dog would come up, and she's like, "Get that dog out of here! Get it out!" They used to try to keep the dog out the house because the dog kept trying to eat the food and stuff like that. So that was a real funny thing to always kind of witness. And we always try to pet the dog outside, and the dog kept trying to find his way in the house. So things would happen. But this time it was different. Yesterday I went with my mom to go help out with some stuff at the house, and I was going to it just as fine as possible. And the moment I walked in the house, it was something I can't explain to you. The silence of nobody being there, the silence of not having that warm welcome, the idea of just it being quiet when you walk in. Everything is dark, nobody there. Remember, my pops had passed away in 2023, and 2025 now, just my nana. And when I walked in the house, it was just like the most quietest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I just sat there in silence, and I never really felt this void in my heart. And just to sit there, my mom was very emotional. My brother was emotional as well. I was very deeply emotional at that point, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to sit down and realize the reality of the situation right now. It's like I feel like I'm living in a infinite tsukunomi, from Naruto Shippuden, or genjutsu that Tachi has put on me, or something like that, where this nightmare is something that I'm facing. I'm sitting down, and it's real as it could ever be, and dealing with it is probably the most toughest thing. Just honestly, when I was like probably around teenage years, or 13 or 14, I had imagined something like this would happen, where one day my grandparents would get old, probably live in a foster home and stuff like that. They would have to move out, and then eventually they would peacefully pass away because of them living to 90 or something like that, 95 or 100, a long good 30 extra years, and I wanted them to at least meet my children and be able to see the future of what I've accomplished and stuff like that. And I wanted them to see everything that I was doing and stuff, because growing up, they were my big supporters and stuff like that. So just to see that and experience that, just walking in and seeing nobody there to kind of congratulate you and see how you're doing, and everything's just so quiet, was something that I can't. Like I couldn't go to sleep last night. It was that bad. Like I was really distilled on the situation, and my heart was just in shock, and I was just in pain. a lot of pain from that moment. So yeah, this whole scenario right now feels like a nightmare that I'm just trying to wake up from, and I just couldn't imagine myself being in this scenario right now. It's honestly the most hardest thing I've ever had to deal with, and personally, just trying to continue strong and see how the future holds up and stuff like that. This year has been officially, it's like, okay, I'm not really rocking with it, but just do the best I can with what I have and just kind of going from there. But officially this year has kind of been like just like that. And I really wanted my Nana and Papa to see how well I was doing and stuff like that in the future. But I got to keep that dream alive and just keep it going and keep it pushing no matter what, because despite them being gone, they will forever be in my heart and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure if you guys can be able to relate to that, where you lose a family member at such unexpected times, and you really hope for things to be like a movie. By the way, I really thought this was going to be like a movie, where in those movies where like a character, like if you guys seen Creed or something like that, where Rocky gets sick, he has like some type of cancer, and then but he was trying to hide it and play it off and stuff like that, and be able to kind of like continue to train Michael B. Jordan's character Creed. And through the second act, it's revealed that he has cancer, but then he kind of falls and goes into the hospital, and then it's like that motivational training arc where he's like still going, still fighting, still going to the gym, still doing what he got to do, still going to work, and putting in all that pain and effort into something greater. And by the third act, he accomplishes that goal, and everything is okay at the end. Everything is okay. Rocky comes back. They're healed. They're okay. They're able to walk and congratulate you, and everybody's happy and stuff like that. And in my heart, of course, seeing those movies and stuff like that, in my heart, I really thought and hoped for something like that to happen, but I got the complete opposite. It was just a moment they got into the hospital. It's just like they was gone, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I visited my grandma in the hospital and my Nana in the hospital, and really wished for her to be okay. And there was a little bit of hope, and she was responding and stuff like that, because she had a stroke and she was unresponsive, but there was still a little bit of hope I had within myself. So that was the thing that kept me going and kept me believing in something. But man, like, I really thought my life was going to be like a movie where they were going to be okay and everything was going to be back to normal. I wish everything could go back to normal. Right now it feels like a bad dream, and there are a lot of days where I just feel numb. I don't know. It just feels like I'm dreaming, like I'm not here. Like I have to kind of take caffeine and take all these supplements and stuff just to wake the hell up, because a lot of times I'm just feeling like I'm not here. Like I can't explain. Like I'm here living, but I'm at the same time just not really grasping what's in front of me. And I'm so desperately trying to make a change so I can start living again, so I can be fully happy. Because when I was younger, I was always present, I was always aware, I was always happy, and I was always just looking forward for the next day. I didn't need nothing. I don't need caffeine, any of that stuff. I was able to get up, be ready to go, and start my day out. But every single day now, I have to make sure I got to journal, I got to read, I got to make sure I got to do this, which is no bad thing. And get plenty of rest too, which is no bad thing. But it kind of departures from how I was before, where I didn't need any of that stuff. It was just my pure ambition to get myself up and then start my day out, because I was so ready for everything. Now it's just like, it's like a car that it can run good, but you have to get it to a certain point where it can be able to run consistently. And there's a big picture right there, the big problem, the consistency problem. I have to do all this stuff every single day just to get a glimpse of what I used to be back then. I was able to run all the time and just function and do fine things. And over through the years, I've been dealing with so much hardships and stuff like that, where now it's just like, man, like it takes me a lot just to get out there and function. And there's a lot of times where I don't feel like a normal person. I don't feel like a human being, where family members, friends, or whoever can just see me walk by and they be like, "You all right, bro? Everything good?" And I'm like, I'm so used to the damn feeling at this point where I can't even tell the difference. I don't even know the difference like that. I don't know, like, if I'm alright or not. I'm just trying to get through where I'm trying to go. I'm just trying to make it to the other side and be successful at the end of the day. Because my biggest therapy is making it and being able to make the people that I grew up with and that raised me to be in a respectful manner proud. And no matter what the situation is, no matter how much toll and pain it'll put through my body, no matter how much people treat me differently because I've changed and they don't know the hardships I've been through, I will get to that destination no matter what. And that's just how my mindset's been lately. I lost a lot of good people. A lot of people don't want to talk to me because, oh, he's different. The energy's changed. Not knowing what I've been through. And I'm not going to explain and give a disclaimer and stuff like that. Now, I understand if I'm causing harm and hateful comments out to other people, but I don't do that. I just keep to myself now. So basically, that's what's going on with all that. So yeah, it just like, it takes a lot more out of me to function. And it's just like, it's starting to become an issue. I don't know if you guys can relate to that where, like say for example, like you have to rely on caffeine to feel awake, to feel energized. Even though if you have some decent amount of sleep, you still gotta have caffeine in your system to function and stuff like that. And keep things going, keep things pushing. And you don't have that inner strength within you just to kind of bear with it. And then I gotta take all kind of vitamins and I gotta take all kind of supplements, and which they do help, but the more I take, the more I have to be cautious of what I'm taking because they have a big toll on my body. Where when I take something now, it's like, it affects me. I either feel sluggish, slow, it's just too much things going on in my system just to try to get it to push. Because deep down I know like I'm probably going through a burnout phase or depression phase. I mean, I don't blame myself for being depressed, but the bottom line is I can't be depressed and do nothing. So I have no other choice but to literally force myself to do whatever it has to take. No matter how crazy it may make me look or unsure of people where they kind of don't trust me and stuff like that because I'm walking around and I'm gonna have a phase because my body feels sluggish in a way because I have to take supplements to keep myself going because nobody's gonna save you at this point. I learned this really honestly recently, or I've been learning this because nobody's gonna save you. Nobody's coming to be like, hey bro, you good? Let me do the work for you. Let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. I got you, bro. Come on, get him up. Nope. Hell no. They see me in that damn corner. What's wrong with him? Anyway, and they keep going. Shit, they going. Man, you already know. You got to defend for yourself, and that's how it is in this world. So that's what's basically it's been like right now recently, and just too much has been going on, and man, bro. I know I just think about therapy and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like my biggest therapy is just seeing myself make it. So I no longer have to go through these trials and tribulations. Of course, you'll go through problems and stuff like that, but the same problem, the same thing that's been haunting you for years, the same thing that's been getting on your nerves, itching underneath your skin, bothering you, and you know you can do something about it, and you want to make a change about it, and you're working every single day as best as you can to make that change. That's going to be my therapy, but as of now, shit, better buckle up and sit down and hold on, strap on to your seats and get ready for the ride. So basically that's what's been going on. So yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have lost somebody and you're just in this slump and just trying to push through as boldly as possible and just trying to get on with your life and stuff like that. But I will continue to be consistent on here and stuff like that and just spread out some positivity, even though I'm dealing with the most unexpected thing that can possibly happen to somebody. So I'm gonna continue to be consistent. And yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Take care. Peace.